I think I was a very average student in school, but I was very clear that I like science.
So where did you do your engineering from?
I did from Institute of Chemical Technology in Bombay. I was very clear कि chemistry में ही कुछ करना है.
So you did your masters from IIM Ahmedabad.
I thought that management is a good second option. Although I wanted to be in science, but I loved watching advertisements.
How did your corporate journey begin?
I interned with Mondelez in their marketing team, and I finally joined Wipro Consumer Care, which is an FMCG arm of the giant Wipro. So I've handled the Santur brand extensions. I got a great opportunity with Noise to experience that. After Noise, again, I was back in Dabur. When I first went to a retail shop, and I was shocked कि वो क्या उसने कुछ calculation किया. He said, okay, 100 gram soap, 30 rupees. So मुझे 30 rupees दे के इतना ग्राम सोप मिल रहा है.
अच्छा.
और अगर मैं 200 ग्राम का लेता हूँ तो मुझे इतना पे करना पड़ेगा. मे बी उसको ज़्यादा मार्जिन मिलता है इसलिए वो प्रोडक्ट ज़्यादा बेचता है. आपको रिपोर्ट में लगेगा कि ओ वाह आपका प्रोडक्ट इतना अच्छा है इसलिए ज़्यादा बिक रहा है.
So कोई आपने जैसे आपने बड़ा अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दिया ये द ग्रामेज ऑफ सोप एंड हाउ आपने कोई और ऐसी आई ओपनिंग चीज़ आपको कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर के बारे में वाइल यू वर ऑन ग्राउंड क्योंकि आप नासिक गए फिर आप तेलंगाना के एक विलेज में गए. नासिक इज़ नॉट अ स्मॉल टाउन. आई मीन इट्स अ बी टाउन बट इट्स नॉट लाइक द रिमोट विलेज इन तेलंगाना. डिफरेंट स्टेट्स ये सब देखते हुए वाज देयर एनीथिंग एल्स व्हिच रियली stuck with you as a consumer behavior?
I think a lot of people in this room would have this misconception कि tier 2 would probably be less premium in their lifestyle. I think if today we go to India's tier 2, tier 3 cities, they are one of the most high spenders in groceries. I don't know about other categories, but groceries में they spend equal to or more than metro cities.
अच्छा.
So this was for example, if you go in Telangana in a remote village, they are consuming a toothpaste in a month or in a year as much as a Mumbai household would use.
Okay.
But on paper, you would not want to believe that. You would want to believe that maybe the consumption patterns are different in high scale city vis-a-vis a tier 2 city. But that's not the case. Maybe the brand preferences might be different, but consumption patterns are not. So I think that was also a great learning for me in Dabur.
Wonderful. Your stint with, after this FMCG base, you decided to move to something completely different, which you acknowledged also at the outset कि आप उसके बाद you wanted to get into this D2C space and fortunately at that time it was booming. तो noise happened, है ना? पहली बात तो what made you switch? आप इतना अच्छा you were probably doing your dream job, loving it the way you wanted. शायद some monotony might have kicked in after 4 years थोड़ा बहुत, but noise again was not Wipro at that point. So what made you make that leap and what did it teach you about risk, speed, etc.?
I think there were a couple of factors which led to it. Personally, I wanted to shift back to Delhi.
Achha.
That was one. Noise was in a very interesting space where it was really building and penetrating and building a really interesting category of smartwatches. So tech is something that I wanted to experience. How would marketing in a tech field look like? So and of course, like you mentioned, I think a lot of support in that D2C ecosystem was there at that point of time. It's still there, but that's when it really picked up.
Correct.
So I think a couple of these reasons which led me to evaluate a career switch in a D2C space.
So एक चीज़ आप मुझे बताइए कि लाइक इट्स सेड इन टेक प्रोडक्ट में इन्हांसमेंट इम्प्रूवमेंट एट्सेट्रा इट्स ऑल अबाउट स्पीड. आई मीन इफ यू डोंट डू इट नाउ समबडी एल्स वुड. you want to stay ahead of the curve, always think about how to improve product. FMCG में भी होता है but tech में probably speed is higher. Your experience there in this high speed environment etc., what has it changed your way of looking at speed as a trait in marketing?
It definitely made me reevaluate how I look at marketing little bit. Like you mentioned, one is the ever evolving space in tech. The other is the smartwatch industry in India behaves a lot like fashion, where you need to plan about the new drops to 1 year down the line now, and not all products will run forever.
Right.
Some products are meant to be available for a few months, some for maybe a couple of years, some would be their flagship range which will be always available. So how you market these different segments that I just told you is very different.
Right.
Maybe the flagship products that run throughout, we have a very traditional form of marketing for them.
Correct.
But for products that are available for, let's say, just only 3 months, then you have to create a marketing package for those 3 months only.
Correct.
Right. And in noise, just to give you an example, I think close to 100 products are launched every year.
Acha.
So it's a rigor of that launch, that how do you create a marketing plan 30 days in advance and for the next 60 days, then go back to the drawing board, prepare for the next one. So I think that rigor and how you market different segments of products basis their shelf life
हाँ जी.
in the minds of consumer, I think that really changed how I look at marketing, because marketing for me was always on, 24/7 ही है.
Correct.
There is no shelf life.
Right.
But here there was a shelf life.
Okay.
If I launch a series today, it might not be there after 4 months.
Correct.
So how do I get the maximum out of it in these 4 months?
जैसे FMCG also has lot of products coming in every, है ना, upgrades आते हैं, कुछ होता है. इधर भी वही हो रहा है, right? But इधर आप बता रहे हो कि like there are 100 products, चलो 100 नहीं होगा, 80 हो जाएगा, right? So as a marketer, आपके लिए वो जो creativity वाला element होता है, एक तो हो गया कि आप एक today like marketers are seen, पहले इनको हम कॉस्ट सेंटर्स कहा करते थे, आजकल थोड़ा सा रेवेन्यू इंटेंसिव फंक्शन हो गया, क्योंकि ROI की सवाल जवाब बहुत होते हैं. ब्रांड पे बात करते हैं, बट घूम फिर के बोर्ड रूम में वही कॉन्वर्सेशन होती है, दैट दिस मच मनी वाज स्पेंट, व्हाट हैज it delivered to us. With noise, I'm sure, because it's a fast-paced industry, number game would have been higher in that context. FMCG में भी वही चीज़ होती है. अब जब इतनी velocity के साथ इतने सारे products निकलते जा रहे हैं, मतलब it's like a factory which is churning out stuff, right? तो creativity का room कितना रह जाता है उसमें?
I think we need to be very mindful. One is the performance angle of marketing, and that's where you look at all these products differently.
Okay.
You will bucket these like 100 products के लिए आप 100 campaigns बनाओगे when you are a performance marketer.
Correct.
But when you are a brand marketer, you're basically promoting noise,
right,
and the culture around it, what it stands for. So I think back at Noise also we had segmented our campaigns and our budgets thoughtfully around these two buckets, that one will be very, very ROI performance driven, that if I spend 100 rupees, I should make 300, 400, 500, whatever out of it. The other was about brand building, that tomorrow if I stop spending, will I still have a loyal base who knows what noise is and will still buy my products?
Correct.
So I think objective needs to be very clear. Ki what am I deriving out of this money spent? Do I want revenue now, or do I want an image later for revenue tomorrow?
अच्छा.
That differentiation is very important.
Vision creation and all
Yes.
that. Wonderful. अच्छा, इस दौरान while you were in noise, you worked on some high visibility cultural moments like IPL etc., which is celebrity led and stuff. तो उसके बारे में just walk me through your experience, and do you think it does anything more beyond getting attention from a marketing brand standpoint?
I think brands like Noise or any new age brand, the objective is getting awareness. So IPL or any other high impact properties end up becoming a very nice opportunities for brand to feature and to be visible to a larger set of audience. But given how expensive these properties are now, I think brands really need to evaluate if it really makes sense or not. Talking about celebrity campaigns, I think before we even any brand, whether it's D2C or bigger legacy brands, I think they need to evaluate if a particular celebrity makes sense for that brand. I think a lot of times, at least the new age brands, I don't see a good connect between that product and that face. And if that much amount of money is justified, because if you're spending 1 rupee on production, I think you should have 4 rupees to promote it. and consistently. So it's
Correct.
not that I see a lot of consumer tech brands who partner with a lot of big faces, but only for a year. I don't know if it's making sense and who does it make sense to, because I as a consumer will not remember at all.
Correct.
Unless it's so high frequency that I'm only seeing that advertisement. So if you are not able to consistently build the image of that celebrity with that brand year on year, then it doesn't make sense. So I think the ROI of a celebrity campaign needs to be evaluated way before we end up engaging with that.
So, and that's a very, very insightful point that you made, because a lot of companies kind of do these, some want to just ride on to an immediate, fame or success. And ऐसा ही usually होता है कि यार जब तक चल रहा है तो साल करो, उसके बाद देखेंगे. बट आपका एक्सपीरियंस, वो जो पूरा IPL का इतना नॉइज और वो सब रहता है, उसके बीच में when you did this entire campaign and all of that, तो tell me a little, how was your experience? मतलब आपके लिए as a marketer personally, how great or engaging was it for you?
I think that space was very, very competitive. Smartwatch industry at that time was at its peak. There were a lot of challenger brands to Apple.
Right.
And each brand creating its own space in the minds of consumers. And that industry was growing, I think, at a CAGR of 15%. That was crazy.
Crazy. Right? Absolutely.
So I think in that space to outgrow the category, I think, and Noise, I think, launched I think in 2014 or 15. So it had reached a point where performance driven goodness was stagnating.
Okay.
So there was a dire need of building brand imagery now and getting that next wave of growth through brand building.
Okay.
So it was a no-brainer that we need to spend on awareness campaigns, because after a point ROIs on performance will start depleting.
Correct.
So it was a very conscious choice across stakeholders that Noise stands for a certain image, and we need someone to complement that image,
right,
in the minds of consumer, and it needs to be a national figure.
Correct.
Because Noise has a national footprint and of course a good platform to showcase that. So I think it all came together very nicely, where we shot a campaign with Virat Kohli and then it went live on IPL. So
wonderful. Now coming back to the present, Abhi, you're working with Kurlon. Since I have you with us here, why don't you just walk us through your current organization, its products, what it does, like in a quick way, so that folks can.
So Kurlon is probably the oldest mattress brand in India. It started in 1960. So it's 6 decades of providing comfortable sleep to all parts of the country. A couple of years back, it integrated with Sheela Foam. Sheela Foam is another big player in the industry which owns the Sleepwell brand, and now it also has Kurlon under it. And Kurlon has, I think, a great space in the minds of consumers. People who've been using that brand hold it very close to their heart.
Absolutely.
And most of the people have, slept on a Kurlon mattress in their childhood and still continue using it.
True.
And one of the reasons why Kurlon has actually stayed true and relevant now is because it has absorbed the cultural evolution, not just in consumer behavior but in mattress category. Today, mattress is not just seen as something that I have to just go and sleep at night. So it's no more conversations around durability of the mattress. Right. It's about how it enhances my lifestyle. How does it make me recover from the stress tomorrow morning when I get up. So mattress is seen in a very different light today. And Kurlon has been able to adapt to that consumer shift and provide innovative solutions across the board.
Okay.
So it started as a coir based mattress brand, and today it has offerings across materials. So whether it's cutting edge latex technology, or it's foam based technology, or it's spring based technology. So I think across the spectrum it has amazing offerings. Great to be a part in this journey of the brand.
Wonderful. No, that's very insightful. Let me ask you this. So you worked with Dabur, and now you're working with Kurlon, right? These are obviously established brands. Just say 6 decades. I've also been one of the child who slept on a Kurlon mattress. So they have a trust in market. So when you marketing the particular brand, how do you bring in the freshness in the brand without losing its original identity? It's want to stick to that, but you also want to bring something.
It's a very tricky question, and a lot of legacy players face this question, that how do they stay relevant today?
Correct.
I think in my mind, how companies like Kurlon and Daburs of the world are dealing with it is understanding what's their core. For example, core of Dabur is Ayurveda.
Ah.
They are known to provide Ayurvedic based solutions to its users, right? What is the meaning and importance of Ayurveda in today for a 20-year-old today? I think it's very important to understand that. So how would Ayurveda solve a 20-year-old's problem? Once Dabur is able to understand that, I think that's the next wave for them, and that's how they'll be able to stay relevant, throughout.
Correct.
Because what made sense 20 years back would not be relevant right now. So and that's how Dabur is evolving. I think
True.
they are now getting into more premium solutions of Ayurveda.
Right.
B, they are getting into more problem solving solutions, because today consumer is thinking about follicles or niacinamide and all these customized solutions for their personal care problems.
Right.
And Dabur is trying to solve that through Ayurveda. So I think every legacy brand has traversed this part till now, because over the years, in different aspects of their journey, they have been relevant. They've made themselves relevant.
Relevant, absolutely.
I think that's how these brands need to continue.
Perfect. So now, Kurlon, and this kind of always entices me as an area. So Kurlon, जो है, it's something which is very personal and it's related to sleep, health, energy. आजकल ये भी कहा जाता है कि you need to have a good 8 hours of sleep. It's very important for health, and of course your daily life. Now something like this, which is, I mean, it's there, and is it so important yet not so significant in the sense of the, it's not something that you, like a phone or whatever, ये थोड़ा सा वैसा है. How do you turn like a product of this nature into a larger conversation around lifestyle and well-being? How do you do that?
I think thankfully the health revolution has definitely helped our industry and category to increase awareness and importance of sleep. Once people realize why sleep is important, I think mattress and all other products around it, whether it's magnesium tablets,
Right.
or anything, or pillows or whatever, I think those all come into the gamut of the consumer buying decision. Because if they are trying to optimize sleep, they would try to reevaluate these products. So
Correct.
I think all our efforts now are how do we increase the importance of sleep in the minds of consumers, and once that is done, why is Kurlon relevant for them? I think that's my job as a marketer.
Okay.
That how do I increase the brand's consideration, because I think the playground is set.
Correct.
So we don't, I think couple of years back, of course, this conversation was there that is sleep so important, but now I think it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer, absolutely.
So I think it's a very good time for brands to make themselves important in this category.
Perfect. Chalo, let me now move to something which is outside of work. Rishabh works in the marketing space for a leading brand, manages multiple products, has been in situations where a lot of products are, churning out every other day. So what does Rishabh pick up on a weekend? I mean, what is his other areas of interest? What are his hobbies?
Since my childhood, I've been a great cricket fan. So cricket is something that I still end up spending my time watching. Apart from that, I've recently picked up running. My stress buster also. That's also how I look to improve my personal health. I consume a lot of content around it and started to really understand how running helps you. Before that, I just knew that running is good, but why it's good and how do you optimize? So
Right.
it's very scientific on how you improve your running. So I think that's something that I'm currently learning and reading about. Apart from that, I enjoy a lot of music. Been a Bollywood fan.
Okay.
So I watch movies. So that's how I end up spending my time.
Do you aspire? I mean, I know if you've already done that, but do you aspire to run a marathon?
I've already done.
You've done that?
Not a complete marathon, but
half marathon.
some smaller ones. But now this year I plan to seriously take up one.
Acha. I'll ask you one question more, and after that we'll come to the last segment of our show. You've worked with so many organizations, larger teams, etc., etc. How do you think yourself as a leader, and how do you think as a leader you have evolved over the years?
When you first start managing a team, you are yourself also learning. I think when I first led a team, it was me trying to maybe superimpose my way of working to the team, I realized very quickly that's not the right way,
Uh-huh.
because you will never get the result out of a person if you're not letting him or her, express. Today, my role as a leader is of a person who's making a pot. So you're just molding it, guiding it, so that you let that person express. Like, for example, if I don't give that freedom, like you mentioned, to
Hanji.
the team, I will never know what they are capable of.
Correct.
So I think that's what I look for, that I give the full ownership, because I got that ownership when I was starting off
Right.
by my managers.
Right.
So I tend to give full ownership. I set the right goals and objectives. I guide them at every point. I give them the right feedback, and then I let them, express themselves.
So you're more of a democratic leader?
Absolutely. Because that was my interpretation, or I've been blessed with good managers. So I got that opportunity and freedom at those points of time, and I realized the importance of that.
Okay.
Because I also failed sometimes. I learned from that. I got the right feedback, and then I optimized and went ahead. So I tried to do the same with my team.
Perfect. So now the last part of this podcast, as you know, our podcast is called Marketing Masala Maarke. So there's one masaledar question that I keep for the end. As a marketeer, as a leader, there is one movie, that really inspires you, or that you look up to, or that has given you a lot of direction, hope, motivation, whatever. Which is that one movie? Either you can pick a movie, or one character from a movie which you relate to the most and has given you that, it still inspires you today.
I think there's this, I'm forgetting the name, it's an Amir Khan old movie where he's cycling.
Jo Jeeta Waise
Jo
Karna.
Jeeta Waise Karna, right. I was forgetting the name. I relate to that movie a lot.
Okay.
Because this guy was hopeless. Amir Khan was a hopeless character in the first half.
Right.
He was whiling away his time, did not understand the way of the world, how much tough life his elder brother and his father is dealing with, and all of that. But when time came, when he understood that he has to prove, I think he took up that job, and he eventually won that whatever school
Race.
cup.
Yeah.
I think I also see myself like that. I think in my formative years, like I mentioned, I was not serious about what I want to do. I was born in Delhi, and I was always been in a joint family, so always that pampered kid. Never really paid too much attention on school studies, why academics and all of that. I had no idea what I will end up doing. Before I shifted to Bombay, that's when I got very serious. So I think that shift in that movie, and for me personally, that shift from Delhi to Bombay is very, very resonating for myself. So I find that movie very, very enjoyable.
So you won the cup?
I don't know. I would like to believe. I think, but I feel I'm always learning. There is no end goal to it.
Of course.
Today also, like I said, whether it's my team, whether it's my wife or my family and friends, I think I'm always learning few things from everyone, and I try to see if I can, use it in my personal life in the best possible way.
Excellent. Perfect. So that brings us to the end of our conversation. Thank you so much, Rishabh. It was amazing talking to you. Amazing to listen to your experiences, not only in the space of your education, but different brands that you've worked with. Your insights around consumer behavior, etc., were very, very, very insightful. I thoroughly enjoyed my conversation. Thank you so much again for taking out time.
Thank you so much.
And coming over. Thank you. What an insightful conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed the discussion. Some of the key takeaways for me was importance of a structured education system when you study from a premier institute, importance of having guardrails in marketing, how celebrity-led marketing is critical, and what are the nuances that one has to keep in mind when you are onboarding a celebrity today. What was yours? Do write that in the comment box. Do subscribe, follow and share, and I will see you again very soon.